Well, Ozzy Osbourne. Looks like you got some competition for Album of the Year, buddy. Just when I thought that Ozzy Osbourne was going to be, like, Album of the Year, which is still a possibility, Deftones come in and just give him a run for his money. Their new album, Ohms, is out. It's their first album since 2016's Gore, which saw them go a little bit softer. Like, it was still Deftones, but they had more of a softer element to it. It was still pretty good, though. With Ohms, this is the return of their, I guess you can say, older sound from, like, White Pony and like, other albums after that, like the self-titled and Diamond Eyes and all this kind of stuff. And people were excited because they were working with their past producer, Terry Date, who's also been known to work with other artists similar to Deftones. So it was very exciting to see this, and hearing the first two singles from it, it got me even more and more excited. And Genesis is the kickoff, and it's one of those ones that just really just like punches you in the face when you do it. It's one of the heavier songs on the album, if we're being honest, and it really does its job throughout its 5-minute and 18-second runtime. Ceremony, Urinata, and Error all have that Deftones-like thing of the chorus is like all like up and ecstatic, I guess you can say. I lost my train of thought there as to what I was trying to say, sorry. It has the verses where it's just cool, calm, and collected, and then the chorus just pops up and you're like, oh, this is pretty cool, because they don't usually make catchy choruses all the time, but they do catch your attention with them in different ways, which I think is what makes them unique, so I at least give them that thumbs up. The Spell of Mathematics, again, another great one. Love the instrumentation. Chino Moreno's voice is just so excellent on that track. I think it'll go down as one of the more underrated, because I don't think this is going to be a single, but goddamn is it really, really good. We have Pompeii, I guess is how you would say it. There's a J thrown right in before the I, so I guess you would still say it like Pompeii. If not, let me know, but that's just what I got from it. The Link is Dead. Radiant City, another great one. Headless. And then Ohms, which was the first single from this album, the title track. This one I definitely heard and went, yeah, this sounds like old Deftones for real, and I think that's just what made this album great. It wasn't trying to fool you with anything, they weren't trying to pull you in a different direction, which never bothered me with their albums, but I felt like when their albums tried to do that, they were less enjoyable, but like they were still very passable and still good albums. With this one, it was just a punch to the face, throwback. It was kind of like, hey, you know, we can still make this badass music like this and whatnot, even though it's 2020 and nobody really wants to hear the stuff that we listen to anymore, at least in the mainstream. Not that they were ever mainstream to begin with, but you get what I'm saying. And yeah, they get one hell of an album out of this thing. So, yeah, I think I was surprised at how much I really enjoyed this, because I knew I was going to enjoy it. It's Deftones. Even though I go into every album just pretending not what to expect, I just had that feeling that this was going to be a really good album. But I did not expect the level of excitement that reached me and the happiness that I had listening to this thing. I don't usually do this, and I don't know if the grade will ever change throughout time. I don't know, but listening to it the 2 times that I did were both equally as enjoyable, and I gotta do it. Like I said, I don't usually just throw this grade out there, but I gotta slap it with the perfect 10. I mean, I just don't know what else to say. There was nothing on this album that really brought it down, and the songs have just that, like, similar structure that you just kind of know, like, when it's going to pick up and when it's going to go down a little bit, which I think helps with the listen and whatnot. It doesn't try to do anything fancy, it's just true to itself, and not to mention the music that comes from it is just fantastic. So, yeah, the perfect score. Rarity in this time, so, that just is what it is. You can tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this album? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What were your favorite tracks and least favorite tracks from this album? And until then, guys, stay safe out there, and I will catch you all in the next one.